Okay, so basically margin requirement is the difference between market value of the security offered by the borrower against the loan and the amount of loan granted. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, what is this? We didn't get it. Okay, I'll just explain. For example, you are taking 100 rupees loan. Okay, this is the okay. So this is the bank. Okay, you are taking 100 rupees loan. This is bank. Okay, you came to me, ma'am, I want 100 rupees back, 100 rupees loan. So surely I am bank, I'll be giving you loan. But for example, you took 100 rupees loan and I gave you. And you told me, ma'am, I'll be returning you this amount within 1 month. Okay, but after 1 week, you disappeared. You switched off your number. You went to some other country. You totally got disappeared. And for me, there was no option to contact you. Like there was no way to contact you. So what happened? I had a loss of 100 rupees. Right? I gave you on the trust that you will be returning it to me, but you disappeared, and it was not easy for me to, like come to you and just ask you the things that where are you, what you are doing, because you changed the number, everything changed. Okay, so basically, I had no option. That's why there is a like a process called whenever you go to bank and you ask for loan, there is a amount of security you have keep. Okay, for example, you are taking 100 rupees loan, so the thing can be like 100 plus. The amount should be 100 plus. For example, you are taking 100 rupees loan from bank. In return, you have to keep something with the bank as a security, and the value of that product should be more than 100 rupees, so that in case, for example, you disappear, you change your number, you switched off your number, or you went to some other place, bank can keep your that property with them, and these security can be your property papers. Okay, it can be your car, anything, it can be anything as a security you have to keep. Okay, so in case, and for example, I told you it should be always more than the amount of loan bank is giving you. Okay, for example, you gave your properties paper to your bank that I want 100 rupees loan. In place of that, in exchange of that, I'm giving you this property paper of my house, uh, for a security, and the value of your property is 105 rupees. Okay, so basically more than more than whatever amount is granted to you. But who will decide that whether you are going to give 105 rupees or 110 rupees? Who will? Bank decided. For example, for 100 rupees I decided you have to give me you have to put keep security of 105 rupees. Okay, or more than that. Or then I decided for 100 rupees you have to keep the security of 120 rupees. Okay, so what happened? The difference between the amount of loan given and the value of the security in the market. Okay, so basically the difference was 5 rupees over here. Okay, but here the difference was of 20 rupees. Right, so this is the margin, like the gap between the actual amount of loan you are getting and the value of the security you are keeping with bank. Okay, so this is the difference. Everyone got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Others?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, so what is this? This is marginal requirement, or you can say margin. Okay, okay, now Seth will explain me what do you understand by marginal requirement. Seth, unmute yourself. Seth, am I audible? Seth? Saif, am I audible to others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why Saif is not? Saif, after attending the class, you are sleeping. Okay, then Adib, you're here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what do you understand by marginal requirement, Adib?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Explain me what do you understand by this?
So
Yeah, in your own language. No need to add economics
it is a
language or
it is an extra amount which we have to keep as a security when we're
hmm.
taking a loan from the bank.
Okay. Everything was good, but not an extra amount. It is the difference. Okay. See,
Okay.
these are two things. 100 rupees is the amount of loan. Okay. And this is the amount of security. Okay. And this 5 rupees is the marginal requirement. Got it? So basically, this was loan. This was the amount of security. And the difference between both of them, this is the marginal requirement. Okay. So what you will say? The difference between the amount of loan granted and the amount of value, market value of the security. Okay. Clear? Clear, Adil?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Great. Dhruv marginal requirement is the difference between the correct value of security. Great, Dhruv. Good. Saf, I think Saf is sleeping. I'll just ask your counselor what's the issue with Saf. Okay, students. Now coming to over here. Okay, so first the definition. The definition is a margin is the difference between market value of the security offered by the borrower. Just there are two people. One is borrower. Borrower is basically someone who will borrow something and return. So basically the market value of the security, and who will be giving the security? Of course, the person who will be taking loan, the borrower. Against what? Against the loan and the amount of loan granted. Okay, you can write like this: against the loan, or if you are not writing against the loan, you can write offered by the borrower against the amount of loan granted. Okay, it's your choice, or if you want to write both, you can write. Okay, clear, everyone? You will be writing this. And now, see, there are two situations. One is excess demand and one is deficit demand. Excess demand means basically, okay, Amos, you were not there. I'm just explaining one very important thing. Okay, again I'm explaining, and I hope everyone will listen to it carefully. See, basically inflation is basically price are getting increased. Okay, so what happened when there is excess demand? Okay, when there is excess demand, lots of people are demanding. What you will say? You will bring inflation. Okay, when there is excess demand, you will bring inflation. Why? Because lots of people were demanding. So what you did, you increase the price. Okay, and because of this you increase the price, people demanded less. That is deficit demand. So basically there is a relation. Because of excess demand we bring inflation, and because of inflation we bring deflation. Okay, because of inflation, deflation come automatically. So when there will be excess demand, it is written excess demand. That means they are talking about inflation, because there is excess demand. So what we need to bring? We need to bring inflation. Why? Because lots of people are demanding and we need to increase the price. Okay, and similarly when there is deficit demand. Okay, deficit demand. Nobody is demanding. So what you will do at that time? You will bring deflation. Why? Because now you need to decrease the prices because nobody is demanding. So in order to correct that, you need to lower down the prices. And when you do this, what happens? Your demand automatically start increasing. Okay. So basically when there is an excess demand, just think, when there is excess demand, what do we bring? We bring inflation. So they both are the same thing. And when there is deflation, there we bring deficit demand, we bring deflation. But if someone will ask, because of inflation what happened? So you will say, because of inflation prices increase, and because of inflation deflation comes. Okay, but when there is excess demand you bring inflation, when there is deficit demand you bring deflation. But because of deflation what happened? Inflation comes. Sorry, because of deflation, the excess and demand comes, like demand increases. Okay, I hope this is clear, Amos and everyone.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So don't get confused. When it is written excess demand, it means you are going to bring inflation. And when there is deficit demand, you are going to bring deflation. Okay. So now, Okay, so now there is excess demand. Okay, when lots of people were demanding, I want a loan, I want loan, I want loan. So what you will do? Now the question is what you will do. See, okay, when there is deflation, right? When there is excess demand, okay, excess demand, what you will do? See, I told you marginal requirement is basically the difference. For example, it's 100 rupees and you have to give the security of 105. The difference is 5. But lots of people were demanding, I want this, I want this. So what you did as a central bank, you increased marginal requirement. That means earlier it was 100 and 105, but now you said if you want loan, you have to give me 110 rupees. That means you increase the marginal requirement. Okay, but when there is deficit demand, okay, when you said when there is deficit demand, what you will do? You will decrease the marginal requirement. Earlier it was 100 for 105, okay, 5 rupees, but now you said okay, I will only take 102. That means 2, because nobody was demanding. So what I'll do? I will decrease the marginal gap, that okay, you need to pay only 102 rupees of security if you want 100 rupees of loan. So this is the whole story. Now we will understand that why we do this. Okay, so basically, see, marginal requirement is when there is excess demand. Of course, the gap between the difference between the actual loan and the security increase to correct excess demand. Okay, the central bank withdraw additional purchasing power. There will be contraction of credit. Less money will flow in the system. Purchasing power of the economy reduces. Aggregate demand fall and excess demand stand corrected. Okay, stands corrected, excess demand corrected instead of. Okay, now listen to this very carefully. For example, what was happening? See, earlier lots of people were demanding that, ma'am, I want loan, I want loan. Okay, so earlier it was 105, 5 rupees. So lots of people were demanding. You are 8 students. So 8 of you come to me and you took loan. Okay, so there was an excess demand. Everyone was coming to you. You took loan of 100 rupees. Now you had 800 rupees. Okay, so what you people went to a restaurant and there you demanded, I want this, I want that, you demanded lots of items. You demanded 8 items. Okay, why? Because you have a good purchasing power. Right now your purchasing power is like maximum. But after seeing that lots of people, 8 of you are demanding a lot, what I said, I increase the marginal requirement. Now you have, the difference was 10. Okay, so what happened? Out of 8 students, only 4 students came to me for loan. Now, because I increased this gap. Okay, so now I gave you 400 rupees loan. So what happened? Earlier, there was lots of money with you. Okay, but now what I did? I withdrawed your purchasing power. Earlier, you had purchasing power of 800 rupees. Now what I did? I withdrawed it. I took your power. You are powerless now. Why? Because earlier you had 800 rupees, but now you have only 400 powers. I took your purchasing power from you people. Now you will go to restaurant. You cannot order 8 items. You can only order 4 items because you have only 400 rupees with you. Okay. I hope you are getting my point, everyone. Everything is similar, whatever we did in a previous class. Okay. So yeah, now, so this is the thing. This is the whole story. First, you will write marginal requirement is increased. Just don't write to correct excess demand. Just write the central bank withdrawal additional purchasing power. What I was doing, I was a central bank. I increased it, and your purchasing power, I withdrawed it. I took it from you. Okay. Then there will be contraction. Contraction, instead of contraction, you can also write decrease. Okay. Instead of contraction, you can write decrease. Okay. There is decrease of credit. Credit means nobody will take loan. Credit is loan. Okay, nobody will take loan. Earlier, 8 of you were coming to me that, ma'am, I want loan, I want loan. But now, nobody will come to me. So there will be decrease of credit. Okay, less money will flow in the system. Earlier, you had 800 rupees, right? But now, I took your purchasing power. I increased the rate. So only 4 people came to me. Now you have less money with you. So less money will flow in the system. What will happen? Purchasing power will be reduced. Earlier, you were demanding 8 items because you had 800 rupees, but now you are only demanding 4 items. Why? Because you have 400 rupees over with you, you will demand 4 items. Your purchasing power reduces. And because of that, earlier, 8 of you were demanding, I want this, I want that, 8 items. But now, aggregate demand was high at that time. But now, after increasing this marginal requirement, aggregate demand fall and your excess demand Earlier you were demanding excessively, but now I took your purchasing power, so excess demand fall. Okay. Same with deficit demand. It is totally opposite of this. Here everything decreases, decreases, decreases. Deficit demand, nobody was demanding. What I did, I increased marginal requirement. Okay. Just don't write this. Okay. What will happen? The central bank inject. See, there are two terms. One is withdraw. Withdraw means taking out something, and injecting is giving. When you get injection, that means the vitamins, everything goes in your body, right? So central bank inject additional purchasing power. Okay, so here I was taking your power, but now I will add on to your power. That earlier you were not taking loans, but now I forced you. You can take loans. This is a good thing, like this. So additional power I injected in the system, which expend credit. Here it was contracting, but here it will increase the credit. Okay, instead of expend, you can also write increase. Okay, more money supply will flow in the system. Earlier it was decreasing, but now more money supply will flow in the system, or instead of system, you can write economy. Okay, purchasing power will increase and aggregate demand will rise. Okay, and deficit demand will be correct. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Others?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sound, you people are sounding very low, not getting it? Feeling difficult that yes, this concept is difficult? You can let me know, ma'am. Yes, a little bit, like it is little bit for any suggestion from your end. You're open for that. Adev, Dhruv, Amos is getting, Mohammed, Mariam, Kushi, Heba, Saif. Finding this topic a little bit tough or easy? Or it's like, okay, we'll manage.
Understood, ma'am.
Okay, great. So I'm just giving you 2 minutes. Quickly write it down. After that, two more topics to do, and then we'll start with budget chapter. Okay. Students, once you are done, let me know, okay? Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nobody answers me until and unless I don't ask, right? Others also done?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Great.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Okay, now moving to moral suasion. Now, what is moral suasion? See, I hope in our childhood we do, storytelling or something like that. So every story has a moral, right? The lesson we get from the story, right? So moral suasion is basically something which I'm telling you orally. Okay, in stories, whatever you are listening, for example, you are listening that you should be a good human being. There was a person who helped the poor people. So you were getting the values from that person. Okay, nobody was forcing you. Nobody was giving you some practical things. Everything you were listening to it and you were implementing in your life. That yes, in that story, the lesson I got is what like is that, and this will I will be applying in my life. Okay, so moral suasion and direct actions are basically it is a combination of persuasion and pressure. That this pressure is not something forcing you to do something. It is basically again and again. For example, I'll say you again and again, student, you need to make notes by reading loud and loud. In every class, I'll say it is a type of persuasion, not a pressure, but again and again I'm telling you the same thing. So it is a type of persuasion and the pressure. Persuasion is basically I'm telling you to pursue something, like go for it, go for it, go for it. And pressure is I'm repeating again and again the same thing. So that is a pressure. Okay. So basically, it is a combination of persuasion and pressure that the central bank applies to other bank in order to get them fall in line with the policy. For example, I am having a policy right now. Okay. So what I will do, if it's my benefit, what I will do, I will ask you, student, do this, student, do that, like this. Okay. So basically, this moral suasion is basically what it is a combination. First of all, it is a combination of persuasion and pressure that the central bank applies to other bank. Now what central bank do, for example, and I am the central bank and I am starting a policy that is going to benefit me. So what I will do, I will put a pressure on other bank, or morally I'll just go to them, I'll conduct meeting and I'll explain them this is going to be very useful policy, you should invest over there. So basically what central bank do, this is the combination in order to get them fall in the line with the policy. Get in fall means, for example, I'm telling you about this policy. If you are applying it, that means you are falling in the line of, you are falling in that policy. You are applying, that means you are coming in that policy, you are falling in the line with the policy. In order to get them fall in line, for example, this is the policy line. If I'm telling you people do this, you people applied here. So now this is the line of my policy, you people fall in this. Okay, so this is fall in line with its policy. Okay, and how it is done, it is done through letters, speeches, hints to the bank. Okay, maybe I'll give you a letter that this is the policy you all should apply, or maybe I'll just give you the speech or the lecture that this is the policy I'm starting with, everyone should invest over here, like this. Okay, so what happens? Central bank take direct action against member banks which do not comply with its policies and credit expansion or contraction. Okay, so for example, you are a bank, I'm the central bank. I said that Amos, you need to do this, but Amos said, okay, not an issue. What I'll do? He just ignored it. So what? As a central bank, I may take direct action. It is not compulsory that I'll take it. A central bank may take direct action against member bank which do not comply with its policies of credit expansion and contraction. So whenever, for example, this my policy, there was credit expansion or contraction, means I want to increase the credit, the loan criteria, or I want to decrease. So accordingly, I'll make policies. And if you are not following the policies, then I may take action against you. Clear, everyone? So just write it down. Moral suasion is basically the combination of persuasion and pressure that central bank applies to other bank. Why? In order to make them fall in the line with its policy. And how it is done? It is done through speeches, letters, or hints to the bank. If you don't follow if member bank means commercial bank. If they don't follow this, the central bank may take actions. Okay, if they don't comply with its policies, like comply means follow its policy of credit expansion and contraction. There are two types of policy. When there is excess demand, there are different policy. When there is deficit demand, there are different policies. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Others?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. I hope others are also done because I'm getting two response. I think Amos is representing boys and Kushi is representing girls, right? If Kushi is done, I hope every girl is done, and if Amos is done, every boy is done, right? This is what?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's just start with this. Now the last thing is selective credit control. For example, now what is selective credit control? For example, I was giving you 100 rupees. Okay. Then what I saw that you were you were spending your 80 rupees in parties and all that, and you were only using your 20% in your stationery and all that useful thing. So what I did, I controlled it. How I controlled it? I said that now you will, I'll out of 100, I divided your work. That 20 rupees you will be spending for your parties, 20 rupees for your stationery, 20 rupees for your for your clothes, and 20 rupees for your eating. Like this, I divided it. Okay, so this is what I did in a selective credit control. Okay, this was a credit control, that for this sector you will be getting 20 rupees, for this sector you will be getting 30 rupees, for this sector you will be getting 50 rupees. So what I did, I selectively credited the control and all that. Okay, so basically what was that, this can be applied in both a positive as well as negative manner. How? In positive manner, the credit will be channelized to particular priority sector. For example, during the time of corona, okay, what was happening, hospitals and all that, like the medical sector, health sector needed more amount of money. Okay, so at that time what government was doing, if government had 100 rupees, so out of 100 rupees, 80% of the money they were spending in health sector. Why? Because that was the need of the hour, most of the people were demanding, that was the need. So during that time health sector was being affected badly, that's why out of 100 rupees, 80 rupees were given to health sector. So that was a positive manner, that your credit will be channelized to a particular priority sector. What will be the priority, you will be giving the money over there. Okay, in the negative manner, what will happen, the flow of credit will be restricted to particular sector. How? For example, we have health sector, we have education sector, we have this restaurant and club and all that sector. Okay, we have three sector. So what the government did, 60 rupees to health sector, and 30 rupees to this, and gave only 5 or 10% to this. So that was a negative. That what I did, I restricted. Okay, that only this percent of money will be going to this sector. I restricted it. So this is a negative. When you are giving it to someone, that is a positive manner. But if you are saying, I will not give money to you, that is a negative manner. If I will say, Amos, I'll give you 10 rupees, this is a positive thing. But if I'll say, I will give Amos 10 rupees, but I won't give money to the student. Okay, so that is a negative, because when you are using that you will not give money, that is a negative term. But when you are saying you are giving money to this student, that is a positive manner. So what bank do, according to the need of the economy, bank do credit control. In a positive manner, what the bank do, they credit the money to the particular priority sector, and in a negative manner, they restrict money creation, like credit to the particular sector, that we will not give you any loan. Okay, credit is basically the loan. Okay, so if health sector is asking for loan, bank will be giving, because that was the need of the hour. But if this club and restaurant industry came to the bank and asked for loan, they said, no, we won't be giving you loan, because we have many other things to look for. Okay, I hope this is clear, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Others, I know this is a little bit, thoda sa, it's like a boring part. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So basically what is happening over here, see, there is selective credit control. Selective credit control, for example, what I was doing, I was giving you 100 rupees. Okay, out of that, there was no restriction. You were doing party and all that from 80 rupees, and 20 rupees you were using for your stationery and all that. Now what happened? It was not easy, you were not saving anything. So what I did, from next time I said, I'm giving you 100 rupees. For party, you will be using 20 rupees. For your studies, you will be using 30. For your clothing, you will be using 40. Like this, I divided it. What I did, I controlled your credit. Okay. So there are lots of sectors. So what happened? In a positive manner, credit will be channelized. Credit means loan will be given to the particular priority sector. During the corona time, when there was coronavirus on the peak, what happened? Only health sector was badly damaged. Okay, so what was happening? Bank said that I will, for example, bank is 100 rupees. So bank said, out of 100, 80% of the loan will be given to health sector. So on the priority, I gave that sector the priority. So that was a positive manner. Okay, and then coming to negative manner, the flow of credit will be restricted to particular sector. For example, there are lots of sector: health sector, education sector, and this restaurant and club sector. Okay, so what I said, I gave loan to health sector, education sector, everyone, but I said I won't be giving loan to this sector. I restricted this person, this sector, from taking loan. So that was a negative. Why? Because it was useless to give loan to this industry, because this restaurant and clubs are not going to be a good point for the economy or something like that. So I said no, I won't be giving you loan. So this is how I credited the, this is how I do credit control. Okay, so basically in positive manner, oh so sorry, in positive manner I gave loan to the, what I'm doing, okay, in positive manner I'll be giving loan to any particular sector, but in negative manner I'll be saying this, to this sector I won't be giving loan. I am restricting credit, I am restricting the credit to a particular sector. Okay, so this is how I control the credit, by giving money to some sectors, and by not giving money to some sector. Positive manner means I'm giving, negative manner means I'm not giving. Okay, I hope it's clear now.
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay, others you can write it down. Students done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You wait for me, huh? That when once ma'am will be asking done, only then you will reply, ma'am, yes, we are done. Everyone waits for me, right? And others wait for Khushi and Amos to reply. Yeah, they'll be replying. It's from our side too, right? Is this like this? I want yes or no from everyone, not from two students.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, still two students out of 8.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay,
Ma'am.
not an issue. Okay, students, we are done with this chapter. And I know that was a little bit quick or something like that. Don't worry, we will revise it once again. Like this part, the qualitative and the quantitative part, we will revise. Like I'll take one more class for this and we will discuss it again. Okay, that class will be totally for this two part, quantitative and qualitative. Like what happened in, because a direct question comes in exam, like if there is excess demand, what you will do with repo rate, and that comes for 3 marks. Okay, and you have to explain the whole process. If you will do this, aggregate demands falls or rise and credit become less or some, everything you have to explain. So I hope everyone has make notes. I will take one more class for this, and in that class we will only discuss these two parts, qualitative and the quantitative. Okay, and also I can see most of the students are having issues in money multiplier question, like the table, the whole process, money creation portion, because I can see Amos, I checked your exam, like your paper, subjective paper. I hope you remember the money chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So you got, just a minute, I'll just check. You got 9.5 or 9 out of 10. Okay, so just a minute, I'll confirm. Yeah, you got 9 out of 10. Everything was fine. The first question was, I was very impressed. Like there were students who like you got the highest marks, and there was like if like lots of students if they did mistake in money multiplier or the money create like that a supply of money measure question, but you did everything right. But the only issue was the first question was what is money supply and the what is the definition of money, right? So when the question comes what is money, what you have to write is money is anything which is accepted as and the 4 points, right? Measure of value, a store of value, everything you have to write all the 4 points. But you skip that. You only said money is something which is accepted as exchange of medium of exchange like this. So there you got lost marks, and the definition of money supply that was also not correct, like exactly. Okay, so that why you lost marks over there, and everything was fine. So totally your paper was good. Okay, but the only thing, just remember this from next time if someone will ask you what is money, you have to explain the definition that money is anything which is accepted as. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, student, I'm just quickly starting with the next chapter. I'll just give it an intro. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'm just sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll just start with this, okay? Just give me 1 minute. Okay, now I'll just zoom on my screen. Uh, okay, so yeah, first, what is budget? The meaning and the features. Okay, this is the meaning and these are the features. Okay, so basically, budget is a statement of the estimates of the government receipt and government expenditure. Okay, what I did? Just give me 1 minute. Huh? Yeah, okay. So basically now the question is, what is government budget? So basically there are two things. Okay, over here you can see there are two words, receipt and the expenditure. Okay, now you must be wondering what is receipt and what is expenditure. Okay, okay, now receipt and expenditure. Okay, expenditure is basically what you are spending. Okay, your expenses. But receipt is something you are getting, you are receiving. Okay, so R is for receiving, R is for receipt. E is for exit. Exit means your money is going away, you are spending the money. Okay, so government, see, for example, you are going for a party or your birthday is coming, you have to plan a budget. Okay, what you are planning, for example, of course you will get, from our parents we get cash. Okay, so what you said, you estimated like this, that from my mother I'll get 500 rupees. Okay, and out of 500 rupees I'll bring my cake of 100 rupees, I'll bring chips and all that of 100 rupees, I'll do this of 200 rupees, and rest I have, how much money will be left with you? 100 rupees will be left with you. So what you were doing, you were making everything, you were including your receipt, like how much money you will be getting, and your expenditure, right, how much money you will be spending. So this is how you prepare a budget, by including receipt as well as the expenditure. And this is the estimation. Estimation is basically, usually we estimate, it is not fixed, that maybe for example you went to the shop and the cold drink and the cake was of for 150 rupees. Okay, somewhere you estimated that it will be for, you assume that it will be for 100 rupees, but the price was 150. Okay, so basically the, what is the budget, basically it includes receipt as well as expenditure, but is it an estimated thing, estimated, like we are assuming it, right? I hope now it's clear to you people. So basically, okay, budget is a statement of estimates. This is a statement. Statement means, I feel like this, that this is my budget for this year. Like I allot, for this year I have 100 crore rupees with me. So budget is a statement of estimates of the government receipt and government expenditure. It is an estimation what government will receive and what government will expenditure. How? During the period of financial, or you can say fiscal year. Financial means a whole year, and from which to which year it is a financial year, from April 1 to March 31st. Okay, this is a financial year. Okay, so one MCQ can be over here, that like financial year is from till when to when. So it is from basically April 1 of this year to March 31st for next year. Okay, so basically what government will do in between April 1st to March 31st, everything is written over in the budget. Okay, so this is the budget. So budget is, when someone will ask you what is budget, you will say budget is a statement of what? Of estimates of whom? Government receipt and government expenditure, like what government will get, what government will expenditure, expend during what time? During the period of fiscal year, or you can say financial year. And this financial year is from till when to when? This is from April 1 to March 31. Okay, year, basically when our year start, it start from January 1, right, to 31st December. But this financial year, usually the normal year starts from January 1 to 31st December, right? But financial year or the fiscal year starts from April 1 and it lasts for March 31st. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So you can write budget, meaning, and then you can write this thing. Okay. Everyone done?
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now coming to features of budget. Okay. So there are 5 features of budget. First, it is estimated and not the actual statement. See, it is the estimation. Like this is the assumption. Assume, you are assuming that this will be the expenditure, this will be the receipt, like this, and not the actual. You cannot say that actually in that year this will happen, because nobody knows what will happen in the financial year, right? So first feature is it is the estimate. Okay. Yeah, it is the estimated and not the actual statement. Okay. And then it is prepared annually. Annually means basically it is prepared according to 1 year. Annual is basically according to 1 year, not on the basis of month. Like for 1 month, there is some other budget of another month. This is other budget. No, it is prepared annually. Okay. And then it is constitutional requirement to present budget before parliament. Like this is the requirement. You cannot skip it. Okay. This is the constitutional. If you have the constitution, in constitution it is written that every financial year should have a budget. Okay. And this is the requirement that you have to present budget, and where you have to present before parliament, like in front of parliament you have to present this budget. Okay. Now next is revenue and expenditure are planned accordingly. Revenue is basically what you are receiving. Okay. It is a part of receipt. And expenditure are planning according to the objective of budget. Okay. You plan what will be the revenue, what will be the expenditure according to the objective of budget. Okay. And next, budget impact the economy through aggregate fiscal discipline and resource allocation. Now, fiscal discipline, like for throughout the year, we will be doing this. Okay. So budget impact. If you are making, for example, just giving you an example. For example, you are going for a party. Okay. This is what you have. You said like you were arranging menu that for 100 rupees, I'll be bringing my cake. For 100 rupees, I'll be bringing chips and biscuit. For 100 rupees, I'll be bringing cold drink, like this. Okay. But somewhere you got to see budget helped you how much money you have to. For example, I asked you, you had 500 rupees. Okay, you planned in such a way. There are lots of variety of cakes, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 300 rupees, like this. But you choose 100 rupees cake. Why? Because your budget was only for 500 rupees. If you will bring the cake of 300 rupees, you will only get like only 200 rupees will be left. Okay, so budget helps you to prepare your list, how much money you will expend and how much money you will save. Okay, so this is what the last point means. Last point means basically that budget impacts the economy. See, your budget impacted your party, right? You must have bought the 300 rupees cake, but your budget was of 500 rupees. That's why it impacted the economy, your party. Through aggregate fiscal discipline and resource allocation, how much resource you will be bringing, how much fiscal discipline you have for throughout the year. Okay, because it's not about, for example, you are getting 100 rupees. It's for whole year, like the whole month from April to March. So you have to plan everything. You cannot expend, you cannot spend all the money at one go. In one go, you cannot do that. Okay, so basically it impacts the whole economy. How? Through aggregate fiscal discipline and resource allocation. Okay, take the screenshot of the students, and you have to, like, this is a homework. You can write it down, and tomorrow definitely we'll have the class in the same timings, and we will be discussing the further chapter. Okay, any doubt till now in the definition?